Shelter Mortgage, flexibility, professionalism, and service. Let us custom build a mortgage for you.
Hello, Prudential Sales Executives, for our video message of the week. All right, this week's message, we're going to speak about a subject that is one of the most important tools that we have in our toolkit, and that is better communication. Maybe I should have said best communication, because that's, of course, where we want to be. All right, today I'm going to cover 4 items. I know you could probably think of other aspects that affect communication, but I wanted to either cover an innovative idea or maybe some ideas that simply get missed. Let's get started. First of all, one of the key areas is consider your audience. Okay? Know and use their means of communication. It's so easy for us to set up our system in the way that we want to communicate with others, and sometimes we forget to think about how they want to hear from us. Let me give you one simple example that's one of my little pet peeves, is I want larger font. I'm comfortable if I get an email or information, but man, when I get that little font and I have to read a paragraph, drives me crazy. And yes, sometimes now I'm not going to internalize that whole message because I'm a little frustrated because the font is so small. One of those little tips that if you were dealing with me and you asked, I would say, well, you know what? Use a larger font. I really like that. All right. Now, some people are more comfortable with texting. They don't even like to get an email. Okay, some other aspects. Some people always like that phone call. You know what? They're not a technology buff. They may own a computer, but they really don't want to communicate by it. They like the old-fashioned phone call. Whatever it is, make sure that you're aware and you utilize their means of communication. Next, this is one of the innovative ideas I was talking about. Utilize thank you and introduction videos. Now, I want you to broaden your horizon here. Okay, video's been around forever, all right? You're looking at one right now. But this is really simple, and you can do it right at your desk. Instead of, okay, either an email or a letter sometimes, when you initially meet somebody, or how about this, after you met people at an open house, instead of just sending an email or a letter, whatever the case may be, you may do that as well. Send a nice introduction 30-second video introducing again what they've asked you, maybe to send you some information, introducing yourself in that video format, you know, telling them it was a pleasure to meet you. I look forward to providing you the information that you requested. We'll have that out to you Wednesday. I look for you to see you next week as promised. Whatever the case may be, that little 30-second video is just that little bit difference that sets you apart from the competition. Think about that. You went to an open house, you got home, all right, maybe an hour later or whatever, you checked your email, and there was this 30-second video. Of course, that's if they like email, and that's, of course, if they are willing to listen to video or watch video, but it's right there for them. I think that's a very innovative way that maybe you can just break yourself from the competition. Next, have clear objectives and stay present. I know we get a slew of things coming our way. Okay, there's information just pounding us on a day-to-day basis. And sometimes when we're communicating, either in a listing presentation, buyer presentation, or maybe during an escrow, we're not always present. We're not always there. And we're not really clear on what we're trying to accomplish. And then we get frustrated when something goes in a different direction. When you walk into any presentation to communicate, you need to be very clear on your outcome and you need to be present. So when they ask a question or you're making a point, it's coming through with passion, with knowledge, and with the facts that you want them to in fact internalize. All right? Very important. It's easy for us to lose our train of thought. You need to be cognizant of that and stay focused. Okay. This is a very big one. Empathize, okay, your mood and your body language matters. I want you to really internalize this. We're dealing with people, and sometimes we get so caught up in the message, just the message that we want to send, we start forgetting about what they're actually going through. You know, let's use a short sale for example. You know, we've got it down to a system. Okay, we've gotten really good at the short sale process. And let's face it, we know how it works. We know when to zig and we know when to zag. The difference is sometimes we forget what really that they're dealing with. Okay, and that empathy starts to leave our presentations. We need to make sure that they understand, yes, okay, we're the expert. Yes, they're very fortunate to be working with us. But what's also key is we have that empathy and we understand, okay, what they're going through, okay, and we don't take that lightly. Okay, so make sure to really always keep that. Make sure that when you walk away from that presentation or just a meeting where you're talking about real estate, they can feel from you that, you know what, this person cares and they really have a good understanding of what I'm dealing with. Communication is one of the most important aspects that we will ever deal with in our business, okay? If you had to think about one aspect that you want to get better at this month, it's communication, all right? Here's a few tips for you. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.